Hi there and welcome to today's vlog, and we have some very exciting news, or at least it's exciting to me, and that is that I'm going to Wembley Stadium. And the reason for that is that our elder daughter Kaz is a supporter of Port Vale Football Club. We used to live, when I began my life as a Methodist minister, we lived in the Potteries, and sometimes we could hear the crowd at Port Vale as they were cheering their team on. And we went to some matches, and indeed one of the chaps from one of my churches was the announcer at the Vale ground. So Kaz has always supported Port Vale, and they managed to reach the League One playoff final. So on Saturday, that's the 28th. It's tomorrow as I'm speaking, but depending on when you watch this, as when it will be, it might have happened by the time you watch this. Anyway, they're playing against Mansfield at Wembley. So great occasion. So me and Kaz and my son Chris will be travelling down to Wembley, looking forward to a good match, and hopefully the Vale will win. Although if they don't win and they stay in League One, they'll be playing Doncaster Rovers next season, which will be a benefit anyway. We shall see. And I've been thinking about the fact that all our three children are like football. Kaz supports Port Vale, as I've said. Chris supports Norwich City. He was born in Norwich, and Steph, our other daughter, supports Hull City. Of course, that's the best team to support. That's my team. So it's about, I guess, it's partly fatherly influence that's led them into a love of sport, of football, particularly. In fact, I was listening to something on the radio yesterday where actor Stephen Mangan was saying that with his two elder children, when they're 8 days old, he took them off down to White Hart Lane, the home of Tottenham Hotspur, and took a photograph with them outside the ground with a Spurs scarf wrapped around him, and they've become Spurs fans. His third son, he didn't do that, and he's become a Liverpool supporter, so you never can tell. Parental example is really, really important, isn't it? Our children learn so much from looking at our lives. And I was reading this morning in the book of Proverbs, in chapter 22, verse 6, it says, "Point your kids in the right direction, and when they're old, they won't be lost." So if we set an example of what it is to be a follower of Jesus, then it's much more likely that our children will themselves decide to follow Jesus. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it is a general principle. And certainly our children, maybe our grandchildren, learn from us or other people when they look at our lives. What kind of example are we setting? That's the first challenge. The other thing is to do with, well, let me put it this way. If you follow a football team like Manchester City or Liverpool, it's fairly easy, isn't it, to be a supporter because they're great teams and they're doing really well. And in the times when your team is doing really well, it's easy to be a football supporter. You're proud. You like wearing the team's colours. But what happens when your team are really struggling? And Port Vale are in the lowest league in the Football League, League Two. They're hoping to get out of it, but that's where they are. But Kaz, through all the years, has kept supporting. And a true supporter is one who supports their team even in the toughest of times. And as I say, I'm a Hull City supporter. Hull City have been in a place where they were almost relegated from the Football League, but actually they recovered. They had a season which is called the Great Escape season, and they survived relegation and eventually were promoted to the Premier League. Now they're down back in the Championship, but it's about supporting our team in the good times and in the bad times. And again, that's a principle we can learn from the Christian life. Jesus himself said, I'm trying to just think of the words. It says, the person who perseveres to the end will be saved. So it's about keeping going, pressing on, walking through the hard times, just still trusting in God, hanging on there. So even if you don't like football at all, there's still principles that we can relate to our Christian journey. So that's enough for today. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.